So I'm sure by now you've all heard of the new online shopping retailer called Temu. And if you spend any amount of time on their website or app, you've probably noticed that their prices are crazy low. And it's not just that they're low, it's that they're so ridiculously low that if you're like me, you just assume there's some catch. But curiosity got the best of me, and I think it's safe to say that we all like finding good deals. So I reached out to the company and they agreed to send me a few items that I wanted to check out. And hopefully after this video, we'll have a little bit better idea if Temu really is onto something or if it's all just a big scam. Let's dig in a little bit deeper to find out. So from the time I ordered things, it took about 12 total days for the package to arrive, which is right in line with their estimated 2-week delivery timetable. But if your items do arrive after the 14 days, they are currently offering a $5 credit as their way of saying sorry. Now right off the bat, I can tell that packaging is one of the areas they're clearly taking the less expensive route on, but honestly at this point I'm just excited that I actually did receive something, so we are off to a good start. And taking a closer look, all the products are in these nice looking Temu branded milky white bags, and even though there was no bubble wrap, everything seems to be in pretty good shape. So when I saw this first item on their website, I obviously had to get it. I pictured myself wearing these around the house while doing daily chores or just casually out and about running errands around town. Now as I'm looking at these for the first time, it hits me that getting them may end up being one of the best decisions of my life. You are first going to want to remove the white plastic film by the batteries on each side. Then all you have to do is press the power button to cycle through about 6 different color options, and you can do this on either side to create the perfect look. So at this point I can hardly contain my excitement, so let's turn off the lights and see what we're working with. You'll notice that you have these nice symmetrical graphics that are etched into the plastic, which gives off this futuristic synthwave vibe when illuminated. I'll cycle through a couple more colors before trying them on. So when you're wearing these, there's a couple things I want to mention. First off is yes, obviously you'll be the coolest person in any room. And second, unfortunately, Jarvis does not come included with this model. Moving on to product 2, I have something called a 3D illusion lamp. Things are certainly packaged a little bit better on this one, with the plastic having some protective wrap that needs to be removed first. Then you have the base, an instruction manual, and a micro USB cable to round things out. There's really not much else to say about this, so let's just plug it in and see how it looks. So I really like how the base lights up, and I wasn't expecting that, but I can also see where some people might not like the almost leopard print type look that it has. But other than that, the sign looks great. There's a capacitive touch sensor that allows you to cycle through the different color options, and this is for sure a nice little light that would fit well in any gaming setup. Product number 3 is something I have seen advertised before, and I was always curious to see how it looked in person due to the many different ways you could potentially use this in DIY projects. But what they are marketed for is to put them in the small seams around your car's dashboard to create a sharp neon line that glows at night. It's powered by a USB cord that you would just be able to plug into your car charger. And the actual material itself is very thin and very flexible in what seems to be a transparent type plastic. So when it's plugged in under the direct lighting from above, you can faintly make out the blue. But let's turn off the lights now and see how it looks. And I hope it comes across on camera, but these really do look incredible, and the places where it could be installed are virtually endless. Now I do drive a minivan, so I'm not even going to bother with putting them in my car, but I'm for sure going to use these in future builds. Moving on, this next item caught my eye because when doing filming, you're always looking for ways to bring in more light. This little LED panel has adjustable white as well as the full RGB spectrum to choose from and takes a USB-C to recharge the internal battery. The controls are very simple. The left and right arrows change the settings that you currently have selected, and if you short press the button next to it, you'll toggle over to the other adjustable option. And the camera is picking up a little bit of flickering on the screen, but in person you can't see that. Next, if you long press that same middle right button, you'll now be able to adjust the RGB colors with the left and right arrows. And one more long press and you can then select from a few different dynamic lighting effects. Now with the lights turned off, I'll just cycle through a few of these options again. And this was, I believe, the most expensive item I chose, and it definitely shows in terms of the build quality and design. I like that it has a rechargeable battery, it's extremely portable, and overall just a very easy way to add some extra light into whatever you might be using it for. Moving on to our 5th product, and I've seen these small SoundReact light bars on different websites and thought they might be perfect for some LED decorations on a desk. Now the outside of these packages were in pretty rough shape, but nothing ended up being broken inside. These are rechargeable and they come with the USB-C type cable, the light bar, and a stand you can use to have it sit up. On the back side near the top, you have the mode and speed button, which allow you to cycle through the different sound and static type animations. Below that, you have a button that lets you choose different colors for each animation, and then the power. And near the bottom is the mic that picks up the sound, as well as the charging port. And I'll apologize in advance, but be prepared for a lot of mic checks and testing 1, 2, 3s coming up.
Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. Test, test. Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
And last but not least, I wanted to check out these Hexagon gaming lights. In the box you'll find a USB cable, 6 panels, connecting pieces, sticky pads, a remote, the physical controller, and a getting started manual. Getting things connected was super easy. Just use the connecting pieces to chain the hexagons together in any pattern or shape you'd like. You can then plug things in using a USB adapter you have at home, or you can use your PC's USB port. I never did test out the app functionality, but things work the way you would expect using the IR remote. So in conclusion, after trying Teemu for the first time, I really do think there's a place for this type of company, and if they continue with what they're doing, I have a feeling they're going to grow at a very fast pace. With the crazy low prices they offer, all you can really ask for is that the product shows up, nothing's broken, and that it performs the way it was intended. You're not going to get the fancy packaging, you're not going to have all the major name brands, but for those of you, myself included, that doesn't always care about that, Teemu really is a great option to have available. But I am curious if any of you have heard of this company before, or if you've ordered anything from them, and if so, what was your experience like? I will leave links in the description, and please feel free to use my code to save some money off your next order if you did want to try them out. And just like Amazon, if you end up buying something, I do receive a small commission at no extra cost to you, which does go a long way in supporting this channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, let me know if you have any questions at all.